Hi guys, and welcome to week 4 of our cricket cult weekly predictor and fantasy competition. And as we've been saying, I think for the last 6 years now, time's just flying. And to be honest, I didn't expect us to be sitting at the start of week 4 so soon. So thanks to my panelists again for joining me. So let's get straight into it. And I'll kick things off by announcing the winners out of the three of us for our weekly fantasy competition. And I'm very proud to announce that at least one of the weeks I have come first out of the three of us with a 1313.5 points. At second position, we have Siddharth Luthra with a 1248 points. And at third position, we have Arav Vij with 1118 points.
It's. I think
So,
it's safe to. I think it's safe to say it's been a steady downfall for Mr. Vij.
Mr.
How
Vij.
did I know that comment was coming? I kind of visualized that comment coming.
Same here, man. I knew I was waiting for it. I think Luthra had planned it for the first 3 weeks.
Anyways, guys, moving on. What a week of cricket it's been.
It's been fantastic to watch. I think the quality of cricket is just going up. The quality and the competition and the hunger to win is just steadily going up. So I'll
We
pass it
of
over to
course,
Luth.
Vadigar, we had our first super over this week, right? And
Oh
all
yes,
Delhi games are so close, man. One run they lose by, then one super over. Arav, your
honestly,
thoughts about
man.
Delhi Capitals and the week that was?
The week that was a week which was very unpredictable. I mean, the way I saw players,
Clearly.
out of nowhere just coming up and performing, which were not even expected. So I think now the IPL has kind of hit its true colors where you have unknown identities and entities coming up and performing. Today's game, Harpreet Brar, I mean, no one would have guessed that he would have taken those wickets that he did today.
Absolutely.
So it's auguring well for that exciting phase of IPL, which actually last year started from first week itself. But also a lot of external factors. If you notice this year, you've got a lot of people leaving the tournament, and all those. You can't forget those at the right. You can't write them off, so to say. But they are going to play a vital role in the next 3 weeks because it's pandemic times. You don't know how many people can mentally cope with it, what the injuries would be like as well, etc. So it's going to be unfortunate but interesting. Anyway, let's
So,
go to the bright side.
Vadigar, Arav said it was very unpredictable. But I'd say that our winners would disagree, wouldn't they? So
Absolutely, and I think one thing to keep in mind and highlight is and acknowledge is just the fact how much Jadeja has improved as a cricketer over the last two
I
years,
knew that was coming,
3 years.
Vadigar. I knew that
Absolutely,
was
man.
coming.
You have to brag about one right pick you made. So so I'm very happy to see Jadeja as a player, and I hope he keeps it up. And
Yeah.
there were some
Huge.
people who were saying there were some people who had started backing Sundar, with forgetting what Jadeja actually brings to the table.
And
So
of
I
course,
think the debate is now very clearly settled.
I think there was no debate. There is only one Ravindra Jadeja.
That's it, Sir Jaddu.
So
All
let's
right,
get
guys.
straight to the winners of last week, Vadigar. So
Sure,
do you want to start?
sounds good. So
Okay,
the
no. So
week
the
three.
week I have the week three predictor winner. I think that is Bhavneet
Okay.
Singh. So he entered in week three. So very well done, Bhavneet. In fact, we'll also discuss his points later on. He's done very well in the fantasy this thing also. But he got apart from the first match, he got every prediction right, and he correctly predicted the table toppers and wooden spoon number 8 positions. So very well done, Bhavneet.
कैसे
Vadigar,
करते
do
हो
you
यार?
want to?
युवराज भवनीत यार, hats off. I have no idea how
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well
Vadigar,
done,
do you want
Navneet.
to announce the top 5 scorers of week 3 in the fantasy
Absolutely.
competition?
So the top five scorers of week 3 in the fantasy competition are Sushant Sinha at number one position with 252 points. So, of course, keeping this in mind, we have used, as our usual standard, we have used the position of number two, who is Siddharth Luthra, with 1248 points to come up with our adjusted net scores. So, Sushant Sinha is leading the week 3 with 252.5 points. Harpreet Singh is at number 2 position with 209.5 points. Harshal Singla is at number 3 with 180.5 points. Bhavneek Singh features here again with a 153.5 points. And Rohan Gupta is at number 5 with a 99 points. So well done,
Great
guys.
job, guys. Well done.
Good to see a mix of names coming up, and this just shows how interesting the competition and the teams of these people who are sending through the different permutations are. So well done, guys. Keep it up. And I'll give it back to Luthra now to announce our net leaderboard of our overall competition and the 5 players who are currently leading our fantasy competition.
So, guys, like one interesting observation, week three, lots of people got negative points. I think about 60, 65 people got negative points. It wasn't a very high scoring week. Or you could say that the contestants, sorry, we guys did well. So that is why people got negatives. But again, coming to the fantasy leaderboard after week three, we have our constant winner, Mr. Deena Pundarigan, at 711 points. Chirag Lulla, 502 points. Mr. Pavan Punjabi, 466 points. Prashant Rajgadia, again a constant in the top 5, 430 points. And another consistent player in Vaibhav Tibrewal, 419 points. So, overall, Symbiosis is doing quite well, guys.
Symbiosis has always had a decent cricketing brain. So I think we'll give it to that. Amongst other things, it's also had a decent cricketing brain.
That's a positive.
That's always. All right, guys. So let's get a little bit further into things, and I'd like to start it off by sharing our weekly predictors first. So for the predictors, I'll start it off with Arav. So from there we'll go on to Luthra, and I'll wind it up with my predictors. We'll share our fantasy 11s after that, and we'll call it an episode. So Arav, let's hear your predictions for the week.
So quick one, 7 games. We start with Mumbai CSK, the blockbuster game of the IPL. Going with Mumbai. They've just come back in form. They'll peak. RR, SRH. SRH, I think they're due to win one. PK, that's Punjab versus Delhi Capitals. Going with Punjab. They had some good form today. KKR versus RCB. KKR, I mean, just odds hopefully go again with them this time. SRH versus Mumbai. I think Mumbai are going to win 2 on the trot here. Mumbai for the win. Rajasthan versus CSK. I'm going with the underdog, Rajasthan. RCB versus Punjab. I am going with RCB. I think they won't lose twice to the same team.
Who's going to be your first and eighth position at
Yeah.
the end of
So
week four?
first I predict would be RCB. Because CSK losing both in my thing, and RCB winning one will go to 12 points. And last, I would still stick with SRH for this week.
All right. Okay.
All right. Luthra, your predictions, please.
Yeah. Okay. So, the blockbuster game of the IPL, as Arav said, the two most followed teams. MI versus CSK. I'm going with Mumbai Indians. As Arav said, I think they're going to peak now. RR versus SRH. I am going with Rajasthan Royals. Punjab versus DC. Come on, guys. By now, you know I'll always support DC. KKR versus RCB. I'm in fact going for KKR, waiting for some Russell muscle there. SRH versus Mumbai, I'm going with Mumbai. Rajasthan versus CSK, I'm predicting CSK to come up trumps. And RCB versus Punjab, I'm expecting a repeat of today. I'm expecting Punjab to do very well and beat RCB. For me, the table toppers after week four would be Delhi Capitals, and eighth position will be held by Sunrisers Hyderabad.
All right. Thanks, Luthra. Interesting to hear your predictions. Nice. Good calls. And so I'll start off with my 7 games. I think number 1, Mumbai to win. Number 2, Hyderabad to win. Game number 3, I'm going with Delhi to win the game. Game 4 is Kolkata. Game 5 is Mumbai Indians again. Game 6 will go to Rajasthan. And Game 7, Punjab will trump RCB. And my top position of the table, I'm giving to Delhi Capitals. And bottom of the table, I have Kolkata Knight Riders. I think Kolkata is struggling a bit, and I think that struggle will translate into this week as well, and they'll find themselves at the bottom.
Harsh words by Brendan Buckalum, guys. He said, if you cannot change a man, change the man.
No, but
So is he
I
is
Interesting.
he
want to say here, I read that comment, and then I actually went onto their team sheet. Who do they have to change in the top order? I couldn't find
Karun Nair?
anything.
They have Karun Nair. They have Karun
Karun
Nair.
Nair is more in the brackets of a you know Hanuma Vihari kind of. I don't think he fits the bill for that attacking slot of cricket. Sheldon Jackson was one person who came to mind, but I mean they have no one who will be able to actually supplement someone.
Maybe Arav, maybe they're talking about not particularly changing the personnel. Although I do feel one of Nitish Rana and Shubman Gill is going to get dropped because
No,
of
it
what
was quite
Mangesh
Hmm.
is
clear
saying.
they want to change the personnel
But
from
I
both.
think they're talking about the jumbling order. Maybe to show some intent, Narayan comes and opens again, uh, which will also reflect in my team later on. So things like that. Th- they might happen. But anyways, Arav, so do you want to go first with your team?
So I always do it team wise. So got three picks from Mumbai. Just hit some form. So I've got Surya Kumar Yadav, a batsman, Quinton de Kock, a keeper, and Ken Bolt, a fast bowler. Uh, Surya Kumar Yadav has been a constant pick with me. I mean, he's due for a big score. I hope he does it this week. Quinton de Kock, superb form. He's been doing quite well behind with the gloves. So I'm banking on him continuing it for these couple of games. He's kind of a confidence player. He's got that confidence. Trent Bolt, Delhi wicket might suit him, and he's been bowling really well all through the IPL. I think he'll have a good, couple of games. Faf Du Plessis enters from Chennai for me. Uh, he's just one guy who, when he gets into form, be it international cricket or IPL, he capitalizes on it. The first game before last week, I was not sure, maybe just one game, but last two games he proved that he's going to remain in form. Jadeja, I mean, had to come in. He's going to see. One reason is yes, he did well, but the other reason is Dhoni's comments were actually that he's going to be used higher up the order. So if Jadeja is going to come in at number four, number five, then logic tells you that you got to pick him because he's going to bowl you those four overs as well, and he's going to get a decent number of balls to face. Chris Morris slots in as my pick from Rajasthan. He's been bowling well just for the fact that Rajasthan's top order has been a little erratic. So Chris Morris will get a look in with the bat, and he's going to bowl his four overs, and he's got that man with the golden arm kind of demeanor about him when picking up those crucial wickets. Prithvi Shaw was my pick for a couple of weeks. I've got him back in because he again is a very confidence-based player. That innings is going to give him a lot of confidence. And BC played just one game, so it was a safe pick. I mean, it's a safe bet, I would say that way. You don't know if it's going to bear fruit, but yeah. Uh, Kohli is my next pick. Retained him because I think that he's been batting really well. He's just not got that big score, and I'm just thinking that he's going to get it in these couple of games that they play. KL Rahul is my pick from Punjab. Great innings today as well, and I feel he will, have a point to prove in the next couple of games with Punjab actually needing to make a run to get their points. Uh, I've got a couple of bowlers. One being Pat Cummins from KKR. KKR plays just one game. He's been bowling well, and a champion like him will have that one or two good games all of a sudden from nowhere. Also, he's contributing a good 20-30 with the bat, so I'm hoping he does that and gets me some points. So Pat Cummins is kind of a gamble bet. Rashid Khan or someone I was not sure whether I would go with, but then I realized that I wanted one spinner in my 11, and since they're playing in Delhi, there'll be some assistance for him, and he's a guy who doesn't like losing. So a couple of games which they've lost, he'll want to prove a point. So that's my team. When it comes to my captain and vice captain, I have Quinton de Kock as my vice captain, and I actually have Ravindra Jadeja as my captain for this week.
Sure.
All right. Thanks, Arav. Luthra,
Yeah.
you want to share your
Okay, so
11?
I've also got it team wise this time. So similarly, I have three players from Mumbai Indians. I have Surya Kumar Yadav, Rohit Sharma, and Rahul Chahar. Rohit Sharma is also going to be my captain. I feel like he's going to hit some form now. He's been batting well, but I feel a big one is coming. From CSK, I am continuing with an amazing pick, my trump card, Faf Du Plessis. With Punjab, I'm sticking to KL Rahul, another trump card who did well today for me. SRH, I have two players this time. Rashid Khan, again, like Arav, RM and I had this discussion also midweek, and I was like, they're just playing him out, but he's still getting 90 points here. You don't even realize he gets points for economy, dot balls, 1 or 2 wickets, and 15 like runs also. He has it in him. And the other player is Johnny Bairstow. I feel like strike rate and boundaries, my points are secured there. Um, One thing with me, I like to stick to my favorites. So Rajasthan Royals, I'm going to continue with Josh Butler. Um, DC again, as Arav said, playing one match. So I wanted to experiment and I wanted to reward Avesh Khan. So Avesh Khan is comes into my team. Kolkata Knight Riders, my all-rounder Sunil Narayan comes because I genuinely believe that he's going to open and they're going to play in Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad wicket is low. I feel like he's going to have an impact with the ball as well. RCB, I'm sticking with Virat Kohli because Devdutt disappointed me, man, last week. So I'm going to stick with Virat Kohli.
No, Rutra, I
And
mean,
yeah, guys, that's my team. My vice captain is going to be Johnny Bairstow.
I'd actually, I'm just going to make a small. I don't think Narayan may not play that game. My personal opinion. Not sure. Could be wrong.
Let's see. Fair enough.
But
If good for you if that happens.
Arav, you need the luck as well, so I hope he doesn't play.
Yeah.
Okay, so coming to my fantasy 11. So I have Rohit Sharma as my captain from Mumbai. I have Sanju Samson with Rohit to open. I have Chris Gale from Punjab. Gale is a freak. He's a freak, which when it comes to cricket and just the power he holds with him, and I mean this in the most positive way. No offense meant to Gale whatsoever. And he's a solid bat, and I think a big one is coming very soon. I have Kohli from Bangalore. I've given Deepak Hooda another shot, given Punjab, as Arab said, Punjab need to push up a bit. So I think he'll play a couple of crucial knocks this week. Jadeja from Chennai is another consistent. I'm very happy he did what he did last week for me. It was an interesting pick which helped me get some points. Andre Russell from KKR is my next pick, followed by Rabada from Delhi. Rashid Khan from Hyderabad is the spinner along with Jadeja in my team. Rashid Khan is again bankable player, can get you close to 100 points, and if he clicks with the ball and bat a little more than he already has, it'll go up to a good 150 200. Ashdeep Singh from Punjab is my next pick. I feel Ashdeep is backed very well by KL Rahul and they're a good combination, so I think that's a combo we have to look out for. And my last bowler and my last pick is Lungi Ngidi from Chennai. So that is
Okay.
my team
So
for the
Badikar, I think
week.
you have two batsmen, but we'll check if Deepak. I think Deepak Hooda comes in the all-rounder category. If that happens, by the
Okay,
time this video goes out, we'll change it,
we'll
and
we'll
then
make
obviously
the
it will
fair
reflect.
enough.
Yeah, yeah.
Fair enough. So
And
my captain is
another thing that Arshdeep did not play today, so I don't know if he was injured or if he was dropped. So you might want to look at that as well. So,
oh,
anyways,
I
by
think
the time the
yeah,
video goes
I'll
out, we'll have your team, and that will be the final team.
sounds good. Sounds good. So my captain is Rohit Sharma, and this time my vice captain is Rabada. So I'm going with the
Okay,
bowler as a vice captain. So I'm going to hand
fair
it
enough.
over to Rabada.
Okay.
There we
So,
go, guys.
guys, best of luck. Best of luck for week 4, and don't forget this is going to be the final week as far as entries for the fantasy is concerned. So, guys, if you're enjoying this game, if you like the concept, then please spread the word and tell your friends. The deadline is 7 p.m. Saturday game uh, to send in their teams. Anything else you guys want to add?
And just remember, the predictor is a weekly contest. So you're most welcome to join the
Yeah.
predictor and at the commencement of any week. Reach out to us, drop a comment on this video, message us on Facebook, on Instagram, on WhatsApp, and we'll get you set up right away. And we'd love to hear from you. Any feedback about the show? Let's hear it all. And looking forward to an exciting week of cricket, guys.
Like always. All right,
Like
guys.
always.
And see
you
you soon.
guys have a great
Good
week.
luck. You as well. See you guys. Bye.